Hello and welcome to sim.bc where it is 14:57, so just about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And today I will try to upload my little video about my travels last week. Depending on how much Microsoft One Office, whatever it's called, their cloud version, is cooperating with me, I will see if I can get it out today or not. Anyway, without further ado, today we will be talking about retaining an audience. And what better company to talk about as to give an example of retaining an audience than Blizzard Entertainment? I know, yesterday and now today, but I would just like to say that it's BlizzCon, right now, so I am bombarded with information from this convention or from this con throughout YouTube, internet, wherever I'm looking. All my friends are just like, it's BlizzCon. Yeah. And as I said yesterday, I'm not at all biased towards Blizzard. I don't think they're the best company like ever, just because I love all the games they do, love everything they do, basically, except for, World of Drain or at least the content that wasn't supported in that expansion, but the idea was quite cool. Time traveling orcs. They even made a reference to it in their presentation. Oh, well, never mind. I would just like to put it out there that it's my dream to work at Blizzard. That's the end goal for me. Work at Blizzard, even if I'm just an intern, I could work there for half the pay, a quarter of the pay, a quarter of the salary. I could work extra hours because being at Blizzard would probably just be like leisure time for me, or leisure time, however you say it. This would be amazing. Anyway, moving into then retaining an audience, which is what we're going to talk about. And we will talk about it in the context of classic WoW servers. Oh yes, I'm saying it because it's a thing. It's totally happening. I would just like to say before we begin that I would love if you could level up to 60 in the classic server and then transfer that character into the live game and then level up to 120. I don't know if they will explore that possibility, if this will reach them, or if anybody who is watching this is interested and will try to reach them with it. But I think that would be an amazing feature to have in it, that you can level up 16 and transfer. Anyway, moving in then to retaining an audience. The key features of maintaining an audience are 6 things. Yeah, exactly, 6. That's what I meant. 6 things. And that is: be surprisingly awesome, build your reputation, don't make them think. Sounds weird, but it's true. Show your human side, get personal, and be unexpected. I would say that 4 and 5 is basically the same thing. Show them your personal side and whatever. We'll get to that. But the first thing is be surprisingly awesome. Now, talking about classic WoW servers, nobody expected this. I mean, literally, no. I don't think anybody expected this to happen, because all of the things with Nostarius and private servers and this con and whatnot and whatever. I wasn't expecting it, at least, and none of the content creators that I watched were either, as far as I know. But yeah, be surprisingly awesome. And this is yet again the idea that they just shoved out. We're having World of Warcraft Classic. That's the thing that's gonna happen. And everybody lost their minds. I mean, seriously, this is, as I said, key step to retaining an audience. You want to make them feel like they're getting something awesome all the time. Like, not all the time maybe, but something that they really want. You will try to you want to deliver on your promises and deliver on what they did not expect. You want to give them something that they didn't even knew they wanted. You want to present that extra layer of value to the customers or to your audience, to make them really understand what it is you're talking about. And what better way of saying that than be surprisingly awesome, be through just announcing WoW, classic WoW. It's mind-boggling. Anyway, moving on to number 2 then. Build your reputation. And what better way of building a reputation than saying no for all of these years? Because ever since the first, no, I would say even since TBC, the Burning Crusade or Wrath of Lich King, people have wanted to go back to the classic servers of World of Warcraft, the vanilla, so to say. But we haven't been able to. Now, why is that? Well, I would assume that there are lots of bugs, there are lots of problems with the old product, that they thought that if people are getting into it, they will not like it and they will expect it to be They will have these huge expectations of what it's supposed to be, the people who never went there, and the people who did go there might have, romanticized it in their own mind, so they will think, oh, it was so good, it was so amazing, but what they really are remembering is their times as a child and not the actual game itself, and they've lived with all of these like quality of life changes that is in the live game and missed out and don't remember all of the bad things in the old game. But yeah, build your reputation, and what, as I said, what better way than saying no, 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 yes. Yes. Because that's building like a connection with the, not only a reputation for yourself, but a connective reputation with you and your audience. People are feeling like we made this happen. They might have, like Blizzard might have considered to do this all the time, but now we feel like me as an audience member, because I am that at the moment, I feel like I was a part of this. I was a part of moving this point forward. Now we're getting it. It's it's down to our progression and our achievement as a community, giving this to Blizzard so they can give us this back, which is awesome. So they've built a really good reputation here. Moving on to number 3, don't make them think. Like, the less people have to think about and speculate about, the better. And that might seem really weird when it comes to a product like Classic WoW, because it's all up to speculation. It's like everything it has been the last, 12 years or something like that? I know it was the 11th BlizzCon, but I would assume it's like 11, 12, 13, 14 years, something like that. It has only been speculation on private servers. People don't know about it. People have made videos about it. People have extended their own views. So now Blizzard are really going to try and double down on the idea that you don't have to think anymore. We will provide a quality Blizzard Entertainment experience of an authentic WoW experience, as I said. You don't have to think about it. We are providing you with all of the details. We're providing you with this. You don't have to care anymore. We are caring for you so that you just can go in and enjoy the game. And now the problems that they do have is that what is really an authentic classic experience? Do I have the same as my neighbor has? If we both play the vanilla during different times, what will be the classic experience that we're referring to? But as I said, Blizzard is really trying to tell you that we know what it's going to be like, even though they seem not to, but they're trying to answering more questions than they pose, which is always a good thing. So try to not make the community think too much about it, just being hyped, just following the ride, just go with the flow and let Blizzard decide where that flow is coming from and where that flow is going. It's really important. Now, show your humane side and get personal. I would say those are kind of the same thing, but yeah, as I said, this is going back to show your humane side. There are people in Blizzard at the Q&A, for instance, who seem to be both pro and negative, like pro and against, for and against of this change. So some people, even within the Blizzard community, of course, there are people who are like positive and negative towards this change and towards this implementation of the game. People might say, oh, it's going to take away from the live game and they're only going to play the old game, and how is it going to look when more people play the old game than the new game, if that happens, and will they release figures about this, and what not and what forth. But the fact that Blizzard themselves are addressing these problems and are like showing on their panels and in their company that yeah, there are some people who might not be purely against, but might say that there are some problems that we need to tackle here. And they also refer to, I am playing the game. I am one of you guys. I'm one of the community. I am as much a bystander. I am as much a part of the audience as you are. I just happen to be the one deciding where we're going with this. And that's really awesome, because that's also showing your humane side, getting down personal, the personal investment. We are also playing our own game, is what they're saying. And they probably do. I mean, I would. If I worked at Blizzard, I would probably only play their games. I would see that as part of my job, which it would, but oh my days, it's like the dream job. I know, I'm not at all biased, I'm not at all a fanboy, but yeah, let's keep going. So they're really showing their humane side. They're showing that we are a part of the audience as much as you are. We just happen to make the choices of where we're going with this. But you are also here to help us. As I said before, it feels for me like I've been a part of the community who made this change happen, who reached out to Blizzard, who convinced them, who for 10 years have said, we want this, please, give it to us. Give it to us. And they've been saying, you think you want it, but you don't. And that's also a humane side to this entire thing, because now many people went from, like, during the Q&A, there was at least one guy who said, Well, you think we wanted it, and we did. And that's like this internal joke between the audience of us and Blizzard themselves. That's also showing Blizzard's humane side, because they laughed about it. They didn't say, "Oh, that's kind of, don't say that." They were more like, "Yeah, that's true, actually. Sorry, our bad." That's like more getting, like, that's, I would say, okay, if we're going to define fourth and fifth step here, that's being humane. And then getting personal is, we're also playing this game. We're also invested in the branding. We're also invested in WoW. We like it. And then be unexpected. And this is leading back to, I think I told you that's step 2 with build your reputation. But yeah, building a reputation, that we can say is BlizzCon and Blizzard, the brand, the people who work there, what the product has delivered, the quality itself, going back to yesterday's rambly, extremely unstructured video about marketing, the 4 Ps. That's also about building reputation. But then the 6th step, be unexpected. As much as the first step is provide an awesome, really surprisingly awesome experience and something really surprisingly awesome, the 6th step is also be unexpected. If people like think they know what you're going to do, it might feel, you might lose some of the connection there. You know what I mean? Some of the connection to the audience. I don't know how long we're gonna go for. Okay, it seems like we're a bit on seems like we're on time, but I'm gonna just make this go through. In a case of Blizzard, who is having this hugely popular and also very controversial product, being unexpected might not be the best case for them, because people might want to know where this is going, so that we can plan for it, so we can understand it, so that we feel well informed, so that we feel that we're still a part of the decision making of this process. However, if it's not unexpected at all and everything going as expected, they won't raise any hype about it. They won't. Maybe there are people who wouldn't be invested, like who would be invested if something unexpected happened that made it go to the headlines in newspapers, or made it be a point of discussion in a YouTube video. Maybe something that's a bit controversial, not something that is damaging, but there might be like a lesser of two evils, or the lesser of two great things, the better of two great things. They might be like discussing the difference of going with patch. I don't remember what patch it was, but let's say it's 1.3 instead of 1.3.1, something like that, and that can be a point of content, like be unexpected. Maybe they decide to exclude Nexaramas, maybe they exclude AQ40, maybe they want to start with Lil Rag, like with Ragnar as the raid, and then work their way up towards that and make like release patches to actually make it feel like an established expansion, an established game within itself. That could be an unexpected thing that they might not do, but they can take it up to discussion to make headlines, as I said, and make marketing. But yet again, I would say in this case, at least for me, I would like to be well informed and know unexpected things happens. But even though we can say that we were expecting something from this BlizzCon, at least I were, a new expansion, and they showed us classic WoW. That's also an unexpected thing, which was surprisingly awesome. So those are the 6 steps. 6 steps. Be surprisingly awesome, build your reputation, and yeah, I'm reading it off here. Don't make them think, show your humane side, get personal, and be unexpected. 6 really good steps, and yet again, as I said, if you're looking towards making a good 4P strategy to marketing, or if you're looking to being able to retain an audience for a very long time with kind of the same product, because World of Warcraft is the same product, and Warcraft 3 was the same product for a long time, even though it made different evolutions during its game launch, different game launches, different game titles. I would say that look towards Blizzard if you want some inspiration, because this is a company who's getting down to the details and really know how to retain an audience, how to market themselves, and they probably know the sales cycle and the persuasion and all of that. And I would love working there. I don't know if I've said that before, but I would love working at Blizzard. It would be like the dream for me. But yeah, I could, like as I said, I could work 365 days per year. Probably 367. I would find it in somewhere to add 2 more days to the year if I could work at Blizzard. It would be amazing. But yeah, just look towards Blizzard, because I think it's a really solid. It's a really objectively solid example of someone who is implementing lots of good stuff, making really good marketing decisions, and having a good touch with their own community, and realizing their own part in this community and their own part in this marketing. They really have doubled down on their position in the market. Yeah, just look towards Blizzard if you want some motivation or an example of this, because I think they're making it really well. And their business model seems to be overwhelmingly positive. So yeah, that's it for me today. As I said, I'm not biased at all. You can totally take this as an objective view. But yeah, just some anecdote. It's BlizzCon this weekend. Next week, we're probably going to go into Hofstede's 5 dimensions, 6 dimensions, 4 dimensions, depends on who we talk to, who, and when. And we will have a solid structure for that I'm going to make now when I'm ending this video and editing it. So yeah, until tomorrow, guys, when we start with the week-long schedule. Have a nice one.